You're watching the SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Texas Lutheran University baseball program. Of course, the Bulldogs coming off an outstanding season with a 42-12 record, SCAC tournament champions, and the national runners-up. The Bulldogs will once again be led as they head into the season by head coach Greg Burnett, along with senior pitcher Nathan Malinovsky. And Coach Nathan, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Russell.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, I'll start with you. Going into your 12th year as the manager of this program, but I've got to believe this just feels a little bit different when you're coming off the first ever trip to the College World Series, a national runner-up finish. You win your 300th career game in the mix of that run as you head to the national runner-up. How do you kind of reset? Is there excitement in that reset as we get going into a new year?
Yeah, absolutely. I reset's the right word to use. It doesn't, for me right now, it doesn't feel different. This feels like the start of any other year. We've really worked hard to move past last year and focus on 2019 season. But we've reset, and I think there's some excitement to that. I mean, we lost some really good players last year, some guys who were foundational in our program. But we're looking forward to rebuilding this team. And I think this is going to be a fun year to see a lot of new faces, guys who've worked really hard but weren't able to find their way on the field for a significant amount of time. They're going to get their opportunities this year, and a lot of new guys are going to get their opportunities. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this team grow over the season.
Nathan, sort of similar for you. What is your mindset? Obviously, a tremendous team season a year ago. You come so close. How excited are you now to get back out there and kind of, reset, as Coach said, and get prepared for your senior year?
Oh, I'm ready for it. To come and bounce back from what we have and have the energy. I know a lot of us didn't make the trip, and so we kind of have the same mindset. But then again, like you said, we're clearing it and we're starting from the beginning. So to be able to go and work with the guys that you've been working with, and then also working with new guys on the field, it'll be a different experience, because there are guys on the field that I've known for 4 years, and then them being gone and seeing new faces out there, you're going to have to learn to trust the new guys. So once they're up, and anybody that's out there, I trust anybody Coach puts out there, you have to be able to look at and be like, yeah, they're good enough to be behind me. So it's good.
Sticking with you, Nathan, on the hill last season, you were absolutely outstanding. A 12-2 record with a 1.38 ERA, 108 Ks, and a remarkable 110-plus innings. You won your second SCAC Pitcher of the Year award as well. What have you worked on now in the offseason? What did that summer look like for you? How are you hoping to improve at your game when you take the mound this year for the first time your senior year?
So going off 110 innings, I definitely took off the summer. I let it rest a little bit. And then coming back, a big thing for me is locations. I did have a little bit more walks than what I was used to. So being able to locate all my pitches and working on all that, and honestly, big contact pitcher. So I'd love to be able to get back to what I know, and that's throw it in the strike zone, see where they can hit it, and trust the defense and trust the process of the game. So, that's pretty much it. Of course, getting stronger and getting better, and there's always room to grow. So I've been trying to get to where I can be the best that I can.
Coach, for you, you've got two guys coming back to a lineup that had 70-plus hits a season ago in Tyler Colley and Thomas Varner. They returned to lead this group that hit .312 last year. You mentioned, obviously, you graduate some pretty big parts of that lineup from a season ago. How much are you going to rely on those two guys early as, people that fill in and step up sort of find their roles early on in the season as this lineup gets set?
Well, I think that there's several guys with Thomas and Tyler leading the way. But Chad Curtis, Spencer Brandt, Cameron Wilson, they all got significant at-bats last year. And we're going to rely on those guys to provide some stability, because there are going to be some young guys in the lineup. There are going to be some new faces. And we're going to have some moving parts in the lineup. Last year, the lineup was pretty steady for the most part. Once we got healthy, it sort of stayed the same throughout the last half of the season. And that was good. That was easy. It made it easy for me. This year there's going to be more moving parts, and we're going to have to arrange do some different arrangements to see where guys fit in best. But having those guys return, and having, especially after the season and experience they had, it helps us to provide some stability for sure.
Again, you're watching the SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Texas Lutheran University baseball program. We're joined by head coach Greg Burnett along with senior pitcher Nathan Malinovsky. And Nathan, for you mentioned that 110-plus innings. What does this time of the year look like for you now coming off a season like that? How do you kind of ramp your arm up, get yourself prepared? I imagine you're not going to go out and try and gas things the first opening game of the season. What does that process look like for you?
Oh man, it's slow and steady. So, I mean, we started December, and that's when my throwing started. I went up slowly, gradually, and then going downhill late December, and then working into it. Like this week, I'll be throwing probably 3 innings off the mound just against some guys, and then the following week we'll see where it goes. I will definitely have a limit. It won't be a CG. It better not be a CG. And so just saving the arm. That's the main thing about the beginning of the season. You have to start slow and don't give it all you got right away. Give it as much as you can, but don't give it everything, because you don't really want to throw your arm out right away, and so you want to work yourself into it. And so that's what I like to take care of it easy. Take it nice and easy, and then work into it until you're comfortable with it, and then you can go the distance if you're feeling good.
Coach, looking at the rest of your rotation, you graduated a guy a season ago in Dylan Dragic, who, similar to Nathan, a ton of innings, 121 plus. Where do you try and fill those innings with the rest of your bullpen and your lineup? Obviously, it starts with the guy next to you, but how do you sort of see this rotation taking shape and filling in that 121 plus innings that Dylan provided a season ago?
Well, we're not going to get 121 innings out of any one pitcher this year. That was a special season, and we're not expecting that to happen again. But we've got guys in Dylan Morrell, Drew Waller, Landon Weatherly, who was supposed to pitch much more significantly but got hurt and was unable to pitch for a while. He's back healthy. Those 3 guys, plus the additional pitchers that we brought in, we're going to throw some young guys this year. But we're not going to get 121 innings. It's going to be a multiple guy effort to cover those innings that we did lose. But I think talent-wise, we're capable of doing that. And seeing more of Dylan, who settled in late as our closer, and Drew Waller, both of those guys have a lot of versatility. They can come out of the bullpen, they can come out late, or they can start games for us and go multiple innings. So we're going to rely on those guys to continue those roles as well as Landon, and then fill in with some other freshmen and new guys that are coming in.
Nathan, finally wrapping things up with you as you look ahead to your senior year. What are some of the goals for this TLU baseball team? What have some of those discussions looked like with your teammates as you get prepared for this season?
Man, it's got to be just play together. Being that there are new faces on the field, don't have any kind of separation between everybody. Know and trust everybody. Big thing with me, Spencer, Dylan, Waller, Varner, all those guys is we got to play together. We got to make sure everybody sticks as one and kind of move forward. Don't set a standard to where we have to be this good. Just work it every day, and don't look at the past. Play the game that you're playing at the moment. Once that game's over, work for the next one. So that's kind of what we've been thinking about it, talking about it, and that's all you really can do. It's baseball; anything can happen.
And finally, Coach, wrapping things up with you for the fans, family, friends that will be coming out and supporting this TLU baseball team this year. Outside of the wins, losses, what can they expect to see in terms of things you really hope become characteristics and identities with this group, regardless of the win or loss, that they can expect to see night in, night out?
Well, I hope they can expect to see some enthusiasm and a team that will compete. The word compete is used in our program quite often. I think almost on a daily basis I say something about competing. And I really believe that's a characteristic we're trying to develop in our guys, not just in baseball, but in life in general. But you're going to see some enthusiasm. You're going to see a competitive team. You're going to see a team that hopefully is together, like Nathan mentioned. Team chemistry is vitally important, but you're going to see some guys that go out and have some fun. Again, enthusiasm, just a competitive fire. And if we see that, the outcome will take care of itself, and the results will take care of itself. We need to work the process and of baseball, like Nathan said, but part of that is learning to be competitive and being enthusiastic and into the game, whether you're playing or not. Being a great teammate. So those are the things I hope, Russell, that we can see, that our fans can see, our parents, and enjoy watching our games.
The Texas Lutheran University baseball program, again, the Bulldogs will be led as they head into the season by head coach Greg Burnett, along with senior pitcher Nathan Malinovsky. The Bulldogs get set to start the season February 8th against University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. Coach Nathan, thanks so much for joining me today, and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Russell.